smash the like button, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We're officially here now, y'all. This is the What's Your Opinions podcast, guys. We are at episode motherfucking 100. 100 episodes, guys, from this almost 3 years journey, and I couldn't be more happier, guys. Like, oh my goodness, man, 100 episodes. This is my baby, bro. Like, we 100 episodes deep, and I couldn't thank you more. I made this huge post on Instagram because as of now, I mean, obviously, it's just posted and stuff. When I was recording, and then I got a lot of other stuff done, I was like, you know what? Let's just scrap all that and talk about what I really want to talk about and stuff. So this is our 100th episode. We could have had 100 episodes yesterday or last week, but I decided no. I really wanted to get some information and talk about like what's been going on with these things. So there's some things we're really going to be talking about today. Another big excitement news regarding changes when it comes to this podcast and stuff. So I just can't say more than thank you guys for this incredible journey. We have had since we started, we didn't make any traction. We were basically just posting my thoughts on things, whether it was sports, whether it was like whatever came to mind, whether a movie I watched or whatever the case may be, and then more or less it just became just a thing that I love to do, and I have some support from my family, and then things go on and stuff, and I just thought like this is something I really love and I enjoy doing, and I wonder if it would turn out to be anything, and sure enough, it's starting to be something for me. During this time, we have accumulated over 70,000 listens. We have accumulated over 2,500 followers on our Spotify account. We have had over 500 downloads on our Apple podcast, and I just I couldn't be more grateful. So I just say thank you guys for everything. But furthermore, let's just get to the episode. Big 100, nothing crazy. We're gonna be talking about some things, stuff that I've been watching, stuff that I'm gonna be doing regarding the YouTube channel, all that stuff. So let's get into it. So like regards of like YouTube and stuff, like I've been super heavy on the gaming channel. Like I said, I like doing it, even though I really want to approach more of the YouTube of like the What's Your Opinions productions and all that. Uh, I have some videos in line, but I've been doing some things where I kind of been brainstorming a little bit. So I have this maybe by next week or by next episode, I might have a huge announcement for you guys. So you look forward to that. But other than that, like we've been playing Resident Evil 3. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with that game right now. I enjoy it. Figuring this stuff out and all that. So I really do like what where the game is going. I'm actually have it like there in the living room, and as you guys can see, it's bright as hell up in this room. We aren't even in the motherfucking garage. I thought parents are gone for the week. Might as well get a lot of content done, and I thought let's just light it up, and you guys are seeing a glimpse of what my house looks like. I guess this is my kitchen. If you guys see a huge echo, it's not my fault. Fuck you. But other than that, like I've been chilling, bro. Like this is gonna be our content room for the next couple of days, so you're gonna see a very brighter sense, I guess. I really couldn't tell you any otherwise. But this is gonna be the content room for a while. Again, I'm still trying to find out. I mean, I cannot go in that garage during the day because it's just hot as hell. Like the summer is like the worst time for this podcast, and it's happened every single time for the main fact that it's just too hot. Like my computer gets hot, my Mac gets hot, and then everything just gets hot. And including me, I start sweating, and it just looks like I'm in a sweatshop. So I this is like a newer kind of thing. So you'll get this for a couple days, more content, more videos, all that stuff. But I've been doing that. Been watching some TV. Been watching a lot of things, and more importantly, just listening to some music. I've been listening to a lot of I don't know what it is. I've been listening to a lot of Logic again. I don't know. His music does it for me. You guys could fucking make fun of me all I want for my music taste, but I like Logic. It's pretty cool. But I was watching some things. I've kind of purchased some anime too. Yes, I did purchase some anime because um I feel like when you purchase anime, it's just more like you're more like I bought it, so I have to watch it. You know what I mean? And I did that. I spent like $30 on granted, Xbox signing the check and promoting you. Uh they basically like, yo, it's 80% off, so it's $4 anime season. So I was like, fucking sign me up. And so, I had to do it. Do it for the one time, But overall, I'm just super excited, man. This is like 100 episodes deep. I cannot wait to just show you guys what I have in store and what we're doing. Like, I do love this. I'm loving how I look in this camera right now. I don't know what it is right now. I am looking stylish. But I've been watching some things. I'm watching actually Dragon Ball Superhero right now. It's actually not that bad of a movie. I mean, I'm only like 40 minutes in. I didn't finish it. I just thought, let's just record. So I'll get my own thoughts on that in a bit. But there's some things that have been going on in the world which I just don't understand, like how this is even fucking possible or why guys are even playing with this idea of supporting this. So on TikTok, right? I'm on TikTok all the time. You can follow me at the What's Your Opinions podcast on TikTok. So I'm going through lives, right? See if any content creator, like, fits my eye or whatever, just learning, I would love to go. If you guys can follow me there, we're only like at 240 something. It's crazy that like as much content as I pumped out on there, I have not grown in like 6 months since this year. It's crazy. I think it's crazy that like the beginning of this year, I remember I think I posted on the 2nd or something like that. I was like, yo guys, 2023, we're gonna try to strive for 1,000 followers. I think I was like I think it was like a 230 something at that time. And then all of a sudden, like I got like 5 followers and then I've ceased to exist. Like, I don't know what it is with like the algorithm when it comes to TikTok, but like, I don't know what it is. Like all my videos just stay at like 200 views, just stay. They don't grow. There's like a diamond in the rough where I get 40 likes, but it's usually like 10 likes. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe the content I'm using isn't good enough. I don't know. I literally couldn't tell me. But overall, I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing, And sure enough, I'm just like, fuck it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And so I've been kind of like watching some things here and there, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? Then I scroll on TikTok. Let me see if I can find this bitch for a minute. And let me exit out of this one real quick. Twitter. And I'm looking, right? I'm like, I'm just going through. I'm finding some shit, right? Like, some cool shit, either some thirst traps or like anime, really good anime ticks or whatever. Pinky doll. Hold on. I think I have it right here. Yeah, this bitch, and I can't get on this bitch. This bitch is crazy. This goes at like Pinky Doll or whatever, right? On TikTok. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And ladies, you want like instant money right now? I'm giving you the fucking tools right now, bitch, because I could not fucking believe what the fuck I was saying. So basically, I don't know what. Apparently, being an NPC is just like the newest fetish right now. Because what in the fuck am I watching? Just like look, just hear this out, like.
Too time for you. Yes, you got me feeling like a cowgirl. Let me read it. That was good. Lemonade. Oh, take it, 40. I love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Oh, where's my feed? Luigi, wow. A galaxy. Too time for you.
Fuck you. That is what I have been seeing on my For You page. It's that I didn't like a single video. I just seen it and said, what the fuck did I just watch? And sure enough, this bitch is making 6 figures in like 2 weeks. She goes by Piggy Doll. Follow her if you guys are desperate. Yo, and people don't understand like the currency wise of this. Yo, like the currency wise is like a penny and like third or whatever the fuck it is. So like the lowest is like an ice cream, right? It's a penny each. And then you go to like the cowboy hats, right? It's like $1.29. It takes $1. It takes like $1.29 for coins, and then for cowboy hats like 99 coins, right? So it's practically $1, right? I shit you not, this bitch made 2,000 of those cowboy hats in like 5 minutes. I needed to see. I needed to see how this happened. Like, I just needed to know, like, what's going on here. And sure enough, it just kept going. And then just the, oh yeah, ice cream, so yum, so yum, so yum. I'm like, dude, is that all it takes? What am I doing wrong? Sometimes being a girl is so fire, dude. Like you could just prey on dudes like insecurities and shit and then just get money for it. So ladies, I'm telling you this right now. Here's the blueprint. Here's the blueprint to make money, and you don't have to sell your ass on. You don't have to sell pictures of your puss, your titties, or anything. All you have to do is get like a sports bra, get a push-up bra, push them titties up, and then just act like an NPC and then just be like, yum, 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 and just do something stupid like fucking, I don't know, fucking. And she was doing this like making popcorn on a flat iron. Instant money gratification right there, I guess. I don't know. All I know is what the fuck. I can't hate the hustler. I hate the game. I hate the guys. That's the number one reason why I hate dudes so bad. Is like you are willingly will throw money at women that like will not see you the other day. Like that's just some shit that's just super weird to me. Like beyond me. It's just like, really? You got hard because she just said your name? Like, oh my God, fucking Marcus, thank you for the jewels. Like, come on, dude. Be better. That's like my personal thing. Like, I don't do OnlyFans. Like, I was on a OnlyFans before. That's another story for another day. But like, I don't go on OnlyFans and subscribing to bitches. Like, I don't do that. That's just not me. Like, personally, I will never do that. Like, because my thing is this, like, if I'm paying for something, I would like to receive something back physically, not digitally, unless it's like a video game. That is a complete difference. So like, if I'm gonna buy a bitch's attention, I'll just go to fucking Nevada and go pay for a bitch and go fuck her for a while. If I'm gonna pay you $60 and all you're gonna do is just say, oh my God, Eli, thank you for the donation, that don't work for me. But like, oh my God, thank you for the 60. Like I'm gonna do, like I would rather do that. I get my money's worth. That's not money's worth right there. That's just throwing money away because you either have money or you're desperate. And I'm going to go with because you're desperate. Do better, guys. Yeah, I mean, other than that, that's kind of one of the bigger topics. That's just a minor topic I wanted to talk about. It's just how ridiculous are we as people? Like that's our boiling point. That's what we're gonna do, right? Like whatever. And then I was watching some movies. And this is gonna be the last time I promote movies from these companies because of a bigger topic we're gonna be talking about today. I watched Nimona. I think Nimona was a fantastic movie for what it was. To think that Netflix saw two dudes kissing and just said, "Nah, this is gay. This is weird. We don't need this. We're already progressive as we are," and not really. The gay undertones and the LGBT undertones of it wasn't really that bad. They didn't make it about the movie. Like they didn't make the movie revolving around like Ambrosius's and Belle's relationship. It was just like, oh, here's an underlining tone that like, hey, it's hard for Ambrosius to try to capture him because he loved him and stuff. The only thing I have a complaint about the movie is like, the pacing a little bit was off. I wish we could have got like 5 more minutes, maybe 10 minutes of like 5 minutes of Belle's past to kind of truly understand where, the big plot twist came and why it happened to him the way it did. And we understand, did I come? Okay, I didn't. And then we understand more of the relationship between Ambrosius. So that's just kind of like my thing on it. Other than that, I think everything about this movie was really good. The tones of it, how deep this movie can really get, and just a really, really good movie. I loved everything about it. The voice acting was amazing and stuff. And then I finished The Bear. Fantastic show. Amazing show. The fact that The Bear gets nominated, though, it was pissed me off, though, because I was watching the Emmy. I like saw the Emmys, right? Not like the actual Emmys, but like I saw the Emmy nominations. How the fuck is like a show that just came out, The Bear, gets Emmy nominated for multiple categories, which is awesome. That's amazing. That's great. They deserve it. As to something like Snowfall, they get snubbed completely out of the Emmys. That is ridiculous. So I was watching that. It's a great show. Watch it if you want to, if you're like into cooking and drama. That's a really good show to talk about. Like it's really, really good for what it is. And it's kind of like the only show I kind of been watching a little bit. Other than that, like I'm getting back into like anime again, like heavily back into anime. I'm not watching anything from the new seasons. I kind of want to go through my stuff that I purchased. I might just finish all that in this week or just in a few days. This is my day off. You know what I mean? I could have been doing that yesterday, but I procrastinate, like always. But I was just like, you know what? Let's just give it a shot. We have a bunch of animes to watch. I know there's some on Hulu that I want to watch and shit. So I don't know, but I'm probably gonna finish everything I bought like by Saturday, because they're like 12-episode anime. So that's like 24 hours worth of anime, I guess. I don't know. And then I'll review it, and then obviously the content that I'm gonna make with those and the reviews I'm gonna make from it. So, we got some things to talk about. Um, some other things too. Like I've been reading like Blue Lock. I don't know if y'all can see that, but like Blue Lock is a really fucking good. I didn't think I would like. I don't like soccer a lot. I like soccer either when the World Cup, Gold Cup, or whenever Mexico's in like a fucking like championship. I'll watch it and stuff. I don't really understand the ruling and all that, but like Blue Lock, that's a pretty good anime and a really good manga. I bought the first 3 volumes. I'm on volume 2. It's really, really good for what it is. I don't want to spoil it. I don't really want to talk about it because I don't want to get my thoughts on it and shit. So it's just a good one. Go check that one out. Blue Lock. I didn't think I would like a soccer manga / anime. But like the anime and shit right now, like I've been kind of cool with it, man. Like I never watched Dragon Ball Z Kai. I mean, I've only seen a few clips and scenes from it, but like I really want to watch it because apparently that's like more faithful to like the manga, apparently. So I want to watch that. I still have a bunch of shit I need to watch. Like again, bro, like my list is just fucking way over the fuck there for what it is. So we got some stuff to break through this because I got to make content. That's the thing. I think, and I talked about this with my sister, like content creating wise. It's just I have to basically, what's it called? Be consistent. Consistency is key, and that's with everything. Like I should have been made a video for Nimona, but I didn't want to. I made like a minor clip for TikTok, and that was about it. But everything else is like consistency wise, like podcast wise. Like I really want to do this every week. I might just give you guys 2 episodes a week now because I got time to myself, and especially with news that'll be coming out very soon, probably by next episode. Why I'll be doing like multiple episodes a week, well, recording wise, not posting. And then, yeah, I was talking to my sister. Shout out to my sister Mariah. She's been trying to get into content creating and stuff, and I've been talking to her for a while. Like I was on the phone with her for like 40 minutes yesterday, where she wanted to make content, and I've seen her TikTok, and I was like, oh, like she makes like lifestyle videos. She shows her life, which my sister lives a very glamorous life for what she does. And sure enough, like she was just calling me. She's like, hey, how do you know about lighting, all that stuff? Lighting here. I don't know if you guys like it, but I have really good lighting here, for what I do. But she was talking about like, what do you do with this? What do you do with that? Like how can you get the ball rolling? And I was like, it's what you're willing to invest in. And she's investing to some really good lights, and it's just time management now for her. And I said, hey, I'm willing to edit, I can help you out, make some good edits. I'm just starting out like editing and shit. I'm getting a lot better with it, but more importantly, like this is like, I like it, it's pretty cool for what it is. So it's kind of been like my thing with my sister. She wants to make content. I think there's a thing where I want to probably go visit her in the next month or 2. Like maybe take a weekender off. Like, like I just kind of go, see my opportunity. I've been kind of contemplating moving, like I've been wanting to move out and stuff because I feel like, one, I need to progress on with my life. I know I'm going all over the place. I went from anime to my sister and now life for a minute, but I feel like I definitely need to start living, like my life and start being like in a fucking adult, like this job I got, they pay me pretty good, with New Balance and shit, but like, I know I'm going to have to get a second job. There's no way New Balance is going to be paying all my fucking bills. That's for damn sure. But there's just, with me, I'm very different when it comes to my expectations of what I have bigger expectations on myself because I'm the second man of the house and I'm just, the oldest boy. I have to set an example for my brother, and I haven't really set a big example for him for a couple years now. And I know I've been bumming it, but I think at some point, like I'm going to be 25 this year. Like my plans to move out is sooner than later. Like I would, and then I feel like with that, like I'm not tied to like responsibilities of just certain things I do for, to help out my family. And it's not that I don't want to help out my family, but I just feel like it gets in the way of this. There's times where I'm recording and it's a banger fucking episode, and then my mom or my dad walks in and they need something and they need it now, and then I gotta stop what I'm doing, waste 5 minutes to go help them out, and then I lose all traction. Like there's episodes like that, and you can probably you will know exactly what I'm talking about if you listen to a couple of the past episodes where I stop, I cut that piece off, and then I'm just like, yeah, I don't know, like what I would, yeah, so this, that, whatever. Like it's happened many times before. Like it's insane how many times that's happened. But it's just like, I feel like I get the most out of it. But I don't know how to explain it. But I feel like if I were to like have the responsibility of having time management, like right now, like I'm editing videos, I'm trying to post them at a certain amount of time. I'm trying to do all that stuff. And I feel like if I moved out and stuff, and it's crazy, like I'm not in a rush to move out. Like I would like to move out. I'm not in no crazy rush. I'm obviously money-wise, we're not there even close anymore. So it's just what it is, like lighting, like I bring all that with me. I just feel like I'd be more motivated to make more content now that I live on my own, because I actually can do it on my own time now, where I'm not procrastinating, where, I just shoot a video, edit, wait for it to post. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like updates on like life and stuff. But what are we, like 20 minutes in? Yeah. Let's talk about like the biggest news that's been going around, and this news is very, very close to me because it's hitting home. And obviously what I'm talking about is the strikes that have been going on. I will be talking about the like stag strike that's been going on with the actors and writers. But more importantly, I want to talk about the strikes that's been happening with UPS, and basically how this will affect everything, and how this is one of the biggest domino effects if UPS does not get this right. So UPS, the UPS workers are going on strike. They will go on strike. I guarantee you it will go on strike unless they come up with a deal. So basically, UPS workers, they're union. They are unionized. I used to work for UPS for a bit. I know some of my close homies from the vintage community. They do work for UPS. They used to work for UPS and stuff. And I only worked for UPS for a couple weeks. Like my time working for UPS was probably like 2.5 months out of the year. Like I'm only a part-timer when it came to like the holiday season. I work with my dad and I go help him out. I'm like his personal like bitch when it comes to like I'm riding shotgun next to him in the truck, and then he's just handing me packages to go, ship out and shit. So me personally, I only have a certain degree to talk about it, but I do also, I don't know how to put it. Like I have a voice to this because one, I worked in it. One, my dad has worked for the company for 15 years now. Almost 15 years. It's like about 12, 13 years going on there. Like he started in 2010. And sure enough, like I've seen what the effect of it has done to my father, and I've seen what has done to me, and just physically, and what this $1 billion company refuses to do, and the CEO refuses to do because of the dumbest shit in the world. So sure enough, they wanted to come with a contract. Basically what it is to help the part-timers out, get them to basically help them out, get them their medical insurance a lot better. Not only that, to give them more of like a money thing, because a lot of these part-timers aren't even making up to $20 an hour. Like people are saying, the people are like, oh, well, they make an average of $20 an hour. Like, no, it's not. I was a part-timer and I was making $17. And then when I went to become a helper, I was making $23. There's a difference. Like when I first started working with my dad, I was making $18 as a part-timer. And then drivers are making little less than $18 an hour. You can look this up, and it's shown. The union president was showing all the stats on this too. But sure enough, they want better working conditions because they are literally working in a fucking oven, and it just doesn't make any sense. They want better pay wages because they went through the pandemic. Like when that shit started, like I worked with my dad during the pandemic, like, and then he got COVID because of that. UPS didn't go on. UPS didn't like stop. UPS didn't do anything. UPS was like, all right, guys, come on, go. They didn't get pay wages. Their increase in pay did not go up. They didn't get bonuses. It was just, you guys are a true hero. Thank you. And go fuck yourself. It's pretty much what it is. Like I witnessed that and it's crazy. And sure enough, things go on, years and years go by because their contracts go up every 4 years, like, like a standard contract. And for their last contract, their union president was basically getting paid under the table to agree to shit so they don't go on strike. Because right now we are about to see one of the biggest domino effects when it comes to this strike. Over 300,000 plus employees. That's a lot. We are about to see one of the biggest domino effects in the working strike force in general. We are talking about billions of dollars lost every week. We are talking about catastrophically a collapse in the economy over that. All because the CEO and UPS, the higher ups in UPS refuse to pay their people. They refuse to pay their dues. And this is where I feel like this generation of this year, like these past couple years, people are getting mad that people are like, oh, well, you're not doing a lot. Back in my day, I worked my ass off for this, that, and that's how I got a promotion. I'm like, yeah, but it took you 15 years. 15 years of hard, grueling work, getting paid the same for doing more, and you're just getting exploited because you wanted to move up in the ranks and you didn't do it the right way. That's all I'm saying. Like, people now like me, it's very simple. I'm not going to go above and beyond because I'm not getting what's the word I want to use? Exploited anymore. Like that's not happening. Like my story with like being exploited was when I used to work at the grocery store. I was like 16. I worked there when I was 15. And when I was working at the one like a town over, because I got transferred during my last couple of years, I would gladly be like, oh, I could do this. I could figure that shift. I could do that shift. I could do that shift. Thank you. And they would be like, all right, cool. We got you. If you need a day off, you let us know. You don't even have to request 2 weeks. You've been doing so much. We appreciate that. We appreciate you. And then sure enough, I had a pay increase during that time. It was like $1. And then eventually I got a $2 because obviously the minimum wage went up because I live in California. So I felt appreciated at that job. That's why I was willing to basically go above and beyond. When you feel appreciated at a job, it's not like, oh, go fuck yourself, like whatever. Like when you genuinely feel appreciated at your job, whether you work at UPS or whether you work at, my nose itchy. Whether you work somewhere and you just feel appreciated, you're willing to do more because you are now have gotten the satisfaction that you feel appreciated. It reminds me of that scene in like what's it called? In The Bear, where Tina in the beginning, she just said, fuck everybody. I'm just doing my shit. Whatever the fuck it is, I do what I want. And then next thing you know, you had Sid basically like, oh my God, this is, we got to work together and stuff. And really good fucking mashed potatoes. Like fucking awesome. And then Sid saw the appreciation and was like, I really needed that. Like, thank you so much. And then you see in season 2 where Sid and Tina, their relationship has fucking blossomed. That's great writing. And we'll get into that in a bit. And that just shows someone that's been appreciative, and it's the appreciation is showed back from the company or from the restaurant or whatever the fuck it is that you're working for. You would willingly do more for them. But for me personally, once I transferred, I got exploited the fuck out of. And that was like for my 3 years working there before I basically just said, fuck you guys for my 4th and 5th year. Well, I didn't make it past my 5th year, and they would just be like, hey, we need you to work this day. I'm like, I don't want to work today. Oh, well, if you do that, we're going to write you up. I'm like, why? Because I don't want to work on my day off. And I was too scared. I didn't know the union because I was unionized at that time. I was in a union at that time. And I didn't know my rights. I didn't read anything until I went to my union rep, and then I got a lot of people in trouble, sadly. But more importantly, it's just like the amount of family days I missed, like important, like I missed 2 of my cousin's wedding when I was here working in the town I lived in. like my cousins really wanted me there. Like my older cousin that I used to go to their house with all the time, play video games, play Yu-Gi-Oh, just hung out. They were like an older brother, not really an older brother now, but like at the time they were just like, you know, a little other brother that would bully me and stuff and just like give me noogies and just send me on my way. And I would just play with them constantly, played a ton of Halo. You know, he was getting married and he's like, hey man, you know, I got a personal invitation. Like my dad and my mom, they got their invitations, and then there was one for me, and it was just like, hey man, I would really love to see you here. You know, I would appreciate it. And sure enough, I couldn't get anybody to work to switch that day, even though I take their shifts and they give shifts on me. I'm like, hey dude, I know you have me working Saturday, a 1 to 10. Can you please give this shift to somebody else? I would love to go to this wedding. And they're like, no, we're not going to do it. And if you call out when we know why now, you're going to fucking get written up. And that's a dock on your pay. I'm like, really? After the shit I do for you guys? Fuck you then. And sure enough, it happened. And then my other cousin that I'm really close with, she got married. She wanted me there, and she was mad at me because I wasn't there. And I told her, like, I was screwed off of work. Like, again, they said, hey, we heard you're trying to get Saturday off. You can't get Saturday off. I'm like, why? Because we're going to need you. You're going to work. I'm like, you're going to work a 1 to 10. I'm like, no, I work a 1 to 5. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I want to go to this reception. I'm trading with someone. It's like, you're not trading with anybody. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, are you kidding me? And sure enough, you know, after that third year, I was like, fuck you guys. I'm doing me. And then again, they exploited me some more. Like, where I was literally working at the deli. I was an all-purpose clerk where I can work at the produce deli and the meat department. And that was a position where they gave another guy, oh, I'm sorry, I shook my camera. They gave another guy a $4, like a $3 raise. Like he was making 16 an hour. And said, hey, you can do this. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, let's fucking do it. Like, I'm so happy. I'm excited. I get to make $16 an hour. That's a huge bump in my fucking hours. I'm making already. I'm like, I was 17 getting like 35, 40 hours. Like, dude, like that's fucking fire, man. And sure enough, I was only making $13. And I was like, when is my pay gonna increase? It's like, oh yeah, we're doing the paperwork. Like it takes some time. Like, no, it doesn't. I asked fucking so-and-so, and he said he got his payment 2 weeks after. His pay raise got up 2 weeks after. It's been 2 months. So where the fuck is my pay raise? And they're like, oh, it's complicated. I'm like, it's not complicated because he got it in 2 weeks. It's taking me 2 months. You know what I mean? Like, and sure enough, I just said, hey, till I get this pay raise, I'm not fucking working. And I will have my union rep come at you guys for this. A week later, I got my pay raise. But then again, they wanted me to work strictly for the meat department. I'm like, do I get meat department money? Because those guys are making $20 an hour. And they're like, no. I'm like, I'm not fucking working meat department, so fuck you. It's like, well, why not? I'm like, we're going to write you up. I'm like, no, you're not going to write me up. That's when I started using my union to my full advantage. If you guys work for a unionized job, use it to your advantage because, one, your managers are going to get off your back. Two, you just need to know what you're doing. And three, just to piss them off because they cannot touch you. And back to like the UPS strike and all that stuff. Like these guys are being like they are just being like exploitized to the fullest. Oh my God, like it's pissing me off right now because my dad's a driver. I've seen the working conditions my dad has worked in. There is no AC, but UPS be like, oh, but you can get a fan you can install by yourself. Well, you're not going to pay for it, but you can buy it for yourself. In a hot ass fucking tank that it could be 80 degrees outside and it could be 100 degrees in that tank because it's fully metal. It's not insulated. It's ridiculous that those working conditions are. And that's all that they're asking because people are literally fucking dying on the job. And what do these guys do? No, we're just gonna, you guys go on strike. We're just not gonna do anything about it. So yeah, good luck with that. Like people, there's been cases, this has been the hottest summer for some of these states. And yet in Alabama, there was a case where 5 UPS workers died of a heat stroke. We have some in Miami died of a heat stroke. You have 4 that happened in Texas, heat stroke. And because people that don't know, UPS is you have to deliver shit at a timely manner. Like there are packages where you have to, my dad, first thing we do when we get on there, hey, I'm going to sort the truck out real quick. I'm going to give you these 10 packages. Keep these in the front because we got to go. And these are time packages. We got to send these out before 10 o'clock a.m. And it's 9:30. So get ready to hustle. That is a timely manner. You can't just fucking lollygag and just fucking be like USPS or fucking FedEx where it's like, oh, you know, taking their time. No, you have to put these at a certain time because these companies or these people need it at a certain time to help them out. And they pay more money to do that. UPS made over $100 billion these last couple years. And just last year alone was one of the biggest sales they did for online marketing, and refused to put any of that money back to the workers, the people that are the reason why they made that money. You don't think the fucking customers they are literally the 10% reason why you made that. The reason why is because your workers guarantee those shipping times. You guarantee it, but it's up to the workers to bring it there at that time and to give you the plus guarantee so you can return as a buying customer. That is why. And then what pisses me off more about it than anything is just like the CEO made over $19 million. That's not even counting bonuses. That's not even counting everything else from the investors and whatnot. She's made over $44 million just last year alone. And yet she's talking about, oh, these guys are making these guys, you know, they already got good health benefits. Gee, yeah, they have to have good health benefits because you are literally putting strenuous work on these people. A dude that I know, my boy, I'm not going to say his name. I've known him for the vintage community for years. He used to work at UPS. He was a loader from what I remember. And people that don't know what loaders are, they basically load the packages and try to put them in a, you know, as neatly as possible. There's some that care and they want to help out their drivers so their driver ain't out for 9,000 hours out of the day. Or there's fuckers that just throw this shit in there and be like, yo, you figure this shit out. And he fucked up his back. And it was a struggle for him to get paid. It was a struggle for him to and they ended up settling with him. And it sucks. Like, I felt bad for him, bro. And it's mainly for the part-timers because, one, the benefits. It was always about the benefits. Because yes, UPS has some fire ass fucking benefits. Like, yo, dude, I got to get a root canal before the end of this year. That shit is free. I got to teeth clean, all that shit. Like, to get my mouth up and going again, because my mouth is pretty fucked up right now. That's like a $3,000. You would come out $3,000 out of pocket if you didn't have insurance. The UPS insurance my dad works hard for, literally, I'm only coming out $300 out of my, like $280 out of my ass. Not a lot. Willing to pay that. My eye procedures that happened to me at 6 years ago, like, I have this very bad like sight disease called keratoconus. It's one of a million cases every year. I have it. Sure enough, it was $5,000 per eye that my dad and mom and me would have to come out of pocket. Didn't have to pay a dime for that benefit. That is it. But for the part-timers, they don't get those benefits. They get them, but you have to be in the company for 9 months. Do you not understand within 9 months of whatever you're doing, how safe? Obviously, you have to be safe regardless. But there are times where it's slip-ups or whatever the case may be is. They say when a newcomer or a part-timer signs up, either the statistics are 4 out of 10 people quit their jobs. 40% of newcomers quit their jobs because it's too strenuous, it's too much work, it's too much everything. And it's not worth waiting 9 months to get benefits when you're already putting your feet on miles on end if you're a driver, not to count your back and all that stuff. Even when you're lifting it right, there's just sometimes your back just gives out. It happens. And they say 90%, like 67%, 40% quit, 60% don't even are injured before the 9 months. They don't make it. Why are you making it so hard? And then this was their solution. Like, oh yeah, so you guys are going to go on strike. We're going to hire a ton of part-timers. We're just going to have people to replace you because that is very true. Every job, you're replaceable. It does not matter. You are replaceable. I worked at the grocery store for 5 years, worked my ass off. And I said, you'll find no one like me. And they're like, all right, cool, whatever. They hired someone new the next day. But what I will say is no one's done that job better than me. my only friend that worked there, she's the only one that's been there. I'm like, how many baggers have they gone through? She's like, dude, at least 40 baggers since you left. And when I was there, the baggers that we had, I had them since my entire run there. All of a sudden, when I leave, it shows how much work ethic I put into that job and how much I was reliable to that job, and they just can't find someone else like me. That's how I know I was getting over on these guys. But it's the same thing. I was replaceable. Anybody's replaceable in a relationship, in TV, in work. You're just replaceable. It does not matter how big your impact is. Your impact will be shown because someone can't do your job right. Someone's not going to do it right. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. You're just replaceable. And so that was their solution. We're going to get a bunch of new drivers and stuff like that. So you expect so let me get this straight. You expect drivers to learn new routes on the spot. You expect them to not get injured because if they continue, because they have until the end of the month of July, as we speak, as I'm recording this, we're still in July. They have until the end of July to come up with the deal, or they're going to go on strike and they're going to walk out and stuff. And I'm not even talking about the catastrophic events that are about to happen right now with it. But you expect within these 2 weeks to put up the same volume of numbers that you were doing with these drivers that knew the routes, knew how to organize, knew the timely manner and what they had to do in a very specific time. And these newcomers, you think they're going to do that job a lot better. Yeah. This is what happens when you are cheap. This is happening with the stag strikes. This is what happened with UPS. This is what happens when you are cheap. It does not work out for anybody. So guess what? If you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And you need a card that's $150 and you're like, oh no, bro, like I'll get an alternate card. Guess what? That alternate card or the alternate version of whatever the fuck it is, it doesn't work out because that card is the main engine to the deck. That deck does not revolve around anything else but that single card. That card can't be played. Your deck is shit. Or same thing. Sorry if I sound weird. My leg started cramping up. Same thing with cars. Same thing with anything. It revolves around something. Cars need an engine. If that engine is shit, the car is shit. If you want to pay for cheaper tires, because one, they're not a great value. One, they're not known for being that good. You just get them. Then, I wonder why you got a flat tire, because you paid for a cheap tire. Or when you go get sushi, I don't want to pay $40 for sushi rolls. I'm just going to go to 7-Eleven and go get some there. And then you wonder why you're on the shitter for 7 hours having food poisoning. You went the cheaper route. It does not work this way. It will work for a little bit. It'll be good for that small amount of time. But guess what? It's not the same. And I don't think a lot of these billionaires are so out of touch with the reality. It's insane. But if they lived a single moment in our lives, they would understand. Try a billionaire working paycheck to paycheck. I'm bleeding. Coming like that bad? Oh my God, I am bleeding. It doesn't matter. If a billionaire or a millionaire had to go down to a minimum wage job, they would fucking cry. They're not meant for it. Because it just wouldn't work out that way. It doesn't work out that way for everybody. Everyone's struggling right now. So with everything going up in price, they refuse to pay these guys more. These guys should be making $50, $40, $50 an hour. It's the least you can do. Should give these guys benefits right off the bat. If they work a minimum of 2 to 3 months, it should be that. I would say, yes, you don't get to just work at this job and you just get benefits. You got to have a minimum of like 3, 4, 5 months minimum, but 9 months? No, it doesn't work that way. It would not work that way. So expect that. And the stats I just said, right? 40% quit on the job, 60% are hurt before the 9 months, and they're usually out for a period of 2 to 5 weeks. So with that new reign, you expect not 40% of drivers. I think it'd be increased because they're on the job. It'd be on the job like that. Like, oh my God, I got so much pressure on me. I got to do this, injured. Or I can't do this, fucking gone. So I expect the injury rates to go up by like 5 to 7%, 5 to 10%, and the quitting rate to go up by 10%. It's too much work. UPS isn't for the weak, y'all. Like, I've worked at UPS, and that was just me being just a delivery boy. I'm not made for UPS, but if I chose it and the benefits were there, hell, I wouldn't mind working there. I would just have to be I would have to be very careful with myself. And that's what they refuse to do. Like it's stupid to think that like the simple solution is to just pay your part-timers more money, give them a guaranteed $24 an hour because that's what they deserve, because they are still part-time drivers are deserving of that. Fix these fucking trucks, give them an AC unit. It's not that hard. Literally maybe $100 to $300 million of manufacturing, maybe $1 billion of manufacturing new trucks. But you want to be cheap because you want to keep all this money for yourself. And yet you're about to lose so much fucking money. It's not funny. Because like I said, the domino effect, it starts with UPS. And this domino effect goes all the way to Hollywood and the industry there too, because you got to understand, UPS takes a huge chunk of the mailing industry. When it comes to shipping, mail, all that stuff, UPS takes a third of that. Like, do you not understand? Like, if UPS were to drop, Amazon is going to implode because they guarantee you 1 day or 2 day shipping, depending if you're a Prime member. So basically, and most of those come from UPS, 90%. They literally just last year and maybe a year and a half ago, just started getting their own drivers. You think their drivers are going to have that much of a payload to do? They better pay and I guarantee you Amazon's not going to pay their drivers anything bigger. It's just not going to happen because that's not what Amazon does. Sorry if my camera shook. It's just not there. And sure enough, so you expect USPS to basically take on a huge, a chunk of that third that UPS was taking, right? You expect them to get that done with all the Amazon packages? You expect Amazon drivers to do that to what they were making, because I just think they make like $25 an hour. You expect them to do that. That bigger load with that same pay. No, they're going to want more. And then UPS is going to be at a halt. It doesn't matter. Everything will be at a halt because these guys cannot handle that payload. And UPS doesn't have a lot of drivers. And there's all these new time drivers. It's going to be late on time. So people aren't going to be wanting to pay for more if it's going to be late on time. It's a huge catastrophic event because if Amazon loses that 2 day guaranteed shipping for free, if you are an Amazon Prime member, you're going to lose subscriptions. People are not going to buy from you. They can say, oh, well, this person just guaranteed 2 day shipping. It's taken 2 weeks to get my shit. Shit will get put back immediately. And guess what? If Amazon's not doing it, another shipping company would, sales shipping company would take over. Because this is the thing with people. We do not stay around for a long time. We move on to the next shit immediately. It does not matter. We move on immediately. It's just what it is. It's how we are as people. It happened during the pandemic. And small businesses are at stake. People that rely on UPS, they are going to their business might stop because of that. There's an estimate of $5 billion per week that will be lost if these guys do not get a deal done by the end of July. And it's ridiculous. I've seen what my dad goes through during the summer. This motherfucker literally had to change clothes because it was 90 degrees outside and it was 115 in that fucking death trap of an oven of his truck. Literally drenched, had to go take a shower, come back, get dressed again to go sweat it off all over again. That is the working condition that is UPS. And to be honest, it's so dumb that it's just a simple couple $100 million that you put back into your people. It works out. Everyone's happy. Better pay raise, better qualified insurance, better working conditions, but you refuse to do that. So I think they're going on strike unless Amazon is probably gonna be like, hey, what the fuck's going on here? Get this shit going now. Or big boy fucking Joe Biden, he don't want this shit going on. The government's gonna have to fucking get into that shit. And that's what's crazy. And I doubt it. A UPS looks like they're just a fucking stubborn kid. The ball is in the fucking workers' court right now. UPS doesn't know what to do. They're stupid. It's a simple thing. And this is what happens when you become cheap. And to basically end off on more strikes, right? Oh, man. So basically, we're going back to the Stone Ages when it comes to fucking Hollywood. Basically, writers and now the actors are now going on strike. Rightfully so. I'm 100% with them for the main fact that these guys deserve all the money, because for the longest time, since streaming has come into place, a lot of these actors aren't getting the biggest residual checks they've gotten, because obviously there's things to go with cable. But obviously, since streaming has been a part of everything now, everything's on a certain streaming service now. Oh, yeah, this is a Netflix exclusive. This is a Hulu exclusive. This is a Max exclusive. This is a TLC plus 17,000 exclusive. This is a Disney Plus exclusive. So these guys are losing rights to their biggest residuals, and they don't get a say in this. But more importantly, I feel like it's the writers too. The writers and actors are the main reason Hollywood is still going. And I don't give a fuck what people say, where it's just like, hey, well, they're getting paid up top. It does not matter. You should still you should still be getting paid for what you did, regardless. If Al Pacino was to get isn't getting like residuals, and it shows he's not getting that much residuals on fucking Scarface that's on a streaming platform. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't get it. But he's still, I mean, obviously Scarface makes him a lot of money, but he should be racking in more money because a streaming service took it. The amount of people that would just watch it on a whim, or Robert De Niro, all these people. There is a woman from the Orange is the New Black, right? She gets her residuals, right? She's starred in 40 plus episodes. She's a star on the show. Gets $27 as residuals. And she can't get that from cable television or anything because it's a Netflix exclusive. And these guys get the shit pennies on the dollar because obviously Orange is the New Black is an exclusive, but Orange is the New Black can be purchased through other sites. Can be purchased through, I believe, like Amazon and shit like that. So yeah, you don't get that much. And people are like, oh, well, these guys get paid enough already. It does not matter. You're paid what you're worth. And then I'm looking on Twitter, right? Let me see. And then the studios just refuse to pay these people, right? They refuse them. It says right here, the studios and streamers plan to reportedly break the Writers Guild Association, or the WGA. The end game is to allow things to drag on until the union members start losing their apartments or losing their houses. What fucking scumbag of a fucking move is that? And you had some famous actors like Ron Perlman talk about it, where, let me see if I can find it real quick. You've had actors such as like Ron Perlman talk about things where he's like, yo, dude, who's the motherfucker that said this shit? Like, it shouldn't be anything like that. And then you have people from the Stag and all that talking about basically AI. Here's like this clip.
They gave us yesterday. In that groundbreaking AI proposal, they proposed that our background performers should be able to be scanned, get paid for 1 day's pay, and their company should own that scan, their image, their likeness, and should be able to use it
Scumbag.
for eternity in any project they want with no consent and no compensation. So if you think that's a groundbreaking proposal, I suggest you think again.
Yeah. It's ridiculous because obviously AI has been more prevalent than ever. You've seen it in TikTok where people are using AI to basically make like SpongeBob sing fucking, hey, we want some pussy, or just AI in general has just become such a huge thing. And they even said like in Secret Invasion, their intro was generated by AI. How fucking lazy are you? And again, that's what happens when you are cheap. You are not going to get the same, you are not going to have a result. Look at it this way. Nobody's watching Secret Wars besides the hardcore Marvel fans. I'm not watching it until it's done. I'm not glued on the TV every week. I'm not doing that. But what pisses me off is like you have people that animate the shit out of Into the Spider-Verse, a phenomenal fucking movie, and that just shows heartfelt and what these people really love about their jobs. And it's like, oh yeah, but look, pretty fucking paintings. That's cool, but let's take your job now. Like it's becoming that really quickly. And then there's more obviously that's been going on. Let me see if I can find the other one real quick. And then obviously there's this one, Fran.
Not believe it, quite frankly. How far apart we are on so many things.
It's true.
How they plead poverty, that they're losing money left and right when giving hundreds of millions of dollars to their CEOs.
Yep.
It is disgusting.
Like I said,
Shame on them.
UPS,
They
19
stand on
million,
the wrong side of
45.
history
Mm-hmm.
at this very moment.
Yep, very true.
We stand in solidarity, in unprecedented unity.
And what makes it crazy though is like people think actors get paid a lot of money, right? Yeah, there are actors that are in star roles still have to hold a second job. Unless like it strikes gold and they get this really huge contract with the label company or not, which doesn't really happen. There's people that I know that went to acting and it's like, yeah, I can't make a living like in LA anymore. Like it's crazy. Because before he was like he did like, I think at one point like his busiest year was he did 10 side roles, right? And was basically getting paid thousands of dollars. And sure enough, streaming service came. He's not getting any of that anymore. I forgot what shows he was a part of. I think it was like he was part of The Rookie. He's not a main character or anything. He's like a prevalent side character. He's one of the cops or whatever. He's on The Rookie. He was on that show Manifest. Richie, if you're listening to this, you did great jobs at those. So he was like on 10 different projects in 1 year and he was getting paid thousands. Like he said, like at one point, like I was making good money, but then like streaming service really fucked me over because my residuals aren't the same. You know, like obviously, and reruns aren't really like a prominent thing anymore like it used to. And so this is another like huge thing that's a domino effect because UPS goes, the filming industry, you're not going to be getting a lot of film. You're not going to be getting your cameras, your lights, all that stuff. It happens. And so shit has to be pushed back. And for the most part, shit needs to be pushed back. But there's another one here
Disney
too.
went on TV and said that what writers and actors are asking for is not realistic because they just don't have enough money to pay us. But he said this at a billionaire retreat where he was hanging out with Mark Zuckerberg and David Zaslav that they all flew to on their private jets. And you know,
that is fucking crazy. $1 billion industry telling them we cannot afford to pay you people. That's fucking crazy. $1 billion. We're not talking about a small business that can't afford to pay their workers. We're talking about Disney. We're talking about Hulu, Netflix refusing to pay their writers and actors accordingly and going within their demands because they don't have the money to do it. And like you said, they're at a billionaire's retreat. It's like, why would you, like, what comes through your mind when you say that shit? That shit is ridiculous. And continuing.
I don't think that that's fucking realistic. Here's a dose of reality for you, Bob. Writers cannot afford to pay their mortgages.
Yep.
Actors are not able to make a living in Los Angeles anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That is reality to us, not flying around on private jets. And until you accept that reality, we are going to be out here on the picket lines, withholding our labor, depriving you of your product, and you will not make another dollar off of us until you come back to the table and face reality and negotiate with us as you have refused to do. And until you do that, there will be no acting and no writing.
And again, and this is another domino effect when it comes to media. UPS is the biggest domino effect that goes into the film industry because writers need their writers need teams, they need inspirations, all that stuff. Like there's writers like, yeah, I get like a chair that I order and I get it every time I'm in a writing session because I feel like I'm new. That gets ordered from UPS. But I'm not talking about UPS anymore. What I'm saying is the domino effect is we have seen this happen before. In 2007, I witnessed that in real time. I was 8 years old, but I understood it because I've been part of the film industry for a long time. Like my parents love watching movies. Like they talk about movies constantly. They talk about shows. They talk about the writing. They talk about everything, the acting, all that stuff. So I've been a huge part of it for a long time. And even my uncle and my grandma and, you know, her boyfriend Steve, we all loved movies so much. And it just brought a really big, you know, like thing to me that I remember all this. I remember some of the greatest shows that came out during that time, sugar to shit, easily. And what prospered in that time? Reality TV. Writing was so bad that people were willing to watch fucking Flavor of Love. Was willing to watch 16 and Pregnant, was willing to watch all these reality shows, the Kardashians, all that stuff, because there was no good shows out. And now all these companies are already like, oh, we're delaying the Stranger Things. I'm like, do you not understand if Stranger Things were to come out next year, it's going to be terrible because of the writing that's happening. The writers deserve everything. Like I said before, the companies are the cars, the actors, the workers are the engine. It cannot run without that fucking engine. It does not matter. You can, and there's things, yeah, but a car can run without and then the writers are the batteries. They're very main important things. Oh, well, we can subsidize both of them. No. What do you think TikTok actors are gonna really take the scene? Anthony Mackie said it. Oh, what? The Avengers you're gonna have Logan Paul be a Captain America? The dude can't fucking act. There is rarely any TikTok stars right now that you can tell me that are basically a good actor. Cannot tell me. They're all trash. And so when it comes to all that stuff, like, what are you gonna do? Like, your industry will fall again. We witnessed this in the pandemic. Did we not realize when all projects got pushed back 3 to 4 years? What happened? We were all watching fucking Tiger King, 90 Day Fiance, fucking Sister Wives, all that bullshit. It happens. People don't have attention span. I'm telling you that right now. They just want to go to the next thing because, well, this isn't coming out, so I got to find something else right now. It just doesn't work that way, man. Like, you don't understand, like, and that's the thing with The Bear. If The Bear's going to get a 3rd season and it's going to get renewed for a 3rd season, wait till this shit is over. Just wait. And you like Stranger Things. I don't watch Stranger Things, but I heard it's a good show. You really wanted to come out as soon as possible and let it be shit, and now it ruined your perspective on it. And then people are agreeing with these companies like, oh yeah, well, you know, these guys were making shit movies before. Look at the product that was given to them. All these ideas are getting scrapped. Because guess what? Hollywood doesn't want to put the fucking money to it. These guys deserve everything, the health benefits, everything. There was this guy that's a writer on TikTok right now, and he was talking about it. He said, yeah, it used to be a full-time job. He used to work 6 to 8 months out of the year, writing TV shows, writing movies, all that stuff, because he was an executive. He only gets to work 3 to 4 times a month on just one big project. That doesn't give him the residuals. He's done so many projects that his residuals make his living, but he doesn't get streaming revenue because all the movies and shows that he gets, that he's worked on, every single one of them has been on a streaming service, and he gets little to crumbs on that cake. And if you are agreeing with these companies, you are wrong with everything. And so I guess like my closing argument is basically this. I'm with the writers. I'm not going to be supporting anything. I will not be promoting everything. Like I said, like Nimona and The Bear, this will be the last things I talk about. Me personally, if I have a guest there and they want to talk about it, of course, I will engage with them and talk about it, but I won't be promoting it personally by myself on this podcast. You just won't do that. So going forward, I'll be talking about dumb shit also, you know, don't worry. But I will be watching more anime. Like I said, I have a ton of anime I'm going to be watching, so I will probably talk more anime related and centric topics throughout its time. So it sucks, man. It just sucks that billionaires and billion-dollar companies just refuse to do the right thing and pay these people what they're going to see. And they're about to see the huge repercussions of this is what happens when you're going to be cheap and you don't give a shit about your people. So with all that saying, guys, an hour by myself, that is fucking ridiculous. Reminds me of the old times that I used to do that. So with all that saying, guys, again, I appreciate you guys for sticking around for 100 episodes. Alex is going to be on very soon. We just talked about maybe him coming back on right now. So with that saying, guys, I hope everything goes well for you guys. I hope you guys are healthy and happy. I hope you guys are amazing. From the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you for supporting me. And we have some big news coming out next episode. By the time this episode drops, I'll probably promote it on my Instagram. But if you guys want to follow my Instagram at Vince City Kings, I'm revamping that page. You want to follow all our socials, links down in the description. More content coming out for the channel. So I hope you guys stick and stay tuned. And I hope you guys stay sexy, horny, and hard. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.